Welcome everyone, Jeff ArizonaHotHomestead. In this video and the next few videos I'll put together a little playlist. And the reason why I've done this is because I've been out here for like 8 years now, 8+ years. And so I did a playlist for every single year, but I did everything on there, like I put everything in there. And I got thinking, that's just a lot of boring stuff you guys don't want to see. So what I thought of was, let's put together the top videos by viewers like you over the first 5 years. So I put together this playlist, and this is just one of those videos. I may have modified it slightly, but basically it's just a copy of that other video. So if you've already seen it, so be it. If you're new to my channel, welcome aboard. And don't forget to subscribe, like, share, hit that little bell thing, all that good stuff. Basically, I'm building an off-grid homestead, and haven't got to the good stuff yet. I'm still just building it with these two hands, and just a little bit of help from time to time with some family and friends. And man, it's a lot of work, but it sure is pleasurable. So stay tuned. This is one of those videos. The best of the first 5 years. ArizonaHotHomestead. My name is Jeff. Today, on a very cloudy, stormy day, we're going to get loaded. We're going to talk about loads on solar. So, in order to come up with a right size battery bank, you need to know what loads you're going to be using throughout your day. So what we're going to do is we're going to use my system as your example. We're going to look at all the loads that I have, and we're going to look at how to measure those loads, because some of those loads are 12 volts and some are 120 volts. How do you measure that? They're different voltage. We're going to talk about that. And then we're going to take all those measured loads and figure out what our total usage is throughout the day, and then we're going to see what size battery bank we really need to cover these loads, and then from there we'll see if we got the right size panels. So you got to stay tuned, because we're getting loaded. So let's all get loaded together. So now I am charging my phone. We're at 62%, so we're charging my phone. And so my charging of the phone says it is running about 3 watts. So now we're looking at my computer. I have a desktop computer because, well, I just don't have a laptop. So anyhow, my desktop, this is where it just sits as idle, basically. Let me show you what happens when we turn on a video or click on a video. So this is one of my videos going in the deal. You can see how it spiked up a little bit, and then it kind of hovers right over somewhere above 50, basically. So this is the effects while a video is going on my computer in watts. Now I'm going to stop that video. You can see where it drops down to about 35-ish. Now I'm going to go over to music, and I'm going to crank on the same music that I did on the speakers. See how it spikes up again and then kind of settles a bit down. See, look up to about 56. It'll settle down right around 50 again. So that tells me that basically while I'm using my computer, my desktop computer, and I'm watching a video, one of your YouTube videos if you will, that I'm probably going to be using about 50 watts per hour. Now the music one, that one's actually dropping down to like 45-ish, 43-ish. So if I just assume 50, I'm going to probably be in good shape on my calculations for the total watts that are going to be used. Even though idle time is, or general viewing and stuff is like 35 watts. I think if I use 50 watts, that's probably going to be my best when I'm trying to figure out how many watts my computer uses. So we're going to go with 50 on my desktop computer. So this is 1.1 watts for my little speakers on my computer. Those guys right there. They're running just about 1.1, 1.2 watts. Now this is what I use as my monitor. I have this Toshiba TV. I use this as my monitor for my computer. Now if you notice, it doesn't give the watts, but it tells you 0.8 amps at 120 volts. So let's just look at my kilowatt and see what it says. So when I have a couple programs open but no video going, you're looking at 28.6 watts. 28.8, 0.5. So now let me turn on a video and let's see what it is. So now I'm running a video and there's really no change. Drop a couple decimals, but to me it's, I'm going to read that 28 point, I'm going to read that as 29. And this is with one of my videos going. So now this is an important fact here. It's running about just a shade under 12 watts. Yet I have nothing on, no video signal. So now we're going to look at my water pump to see how much watts it runs. Oh, it just kicked on. Let's take a look at the watts. Now we have to go upside down for this. You see it with the glare there? So watts, 47. Just shut off and drop down to 0. So we know this water pump will run about 47 watts or so. It's not on all the time, but it does kick on from time to time just to build up the pressure. So we'll calculate that. And the light bulbs that I use here in my barn where my computer is, this is my desktop lamp that I converted from 120 to 12 volts. You can catch that in one of my videos as well. I believe I'll put it like up in that area over there. But anyhow, this is a 12 volt lamp that's running off of 7 watts. So I either have this one on, or I will have that one on. And when that one is on, that one there will be on, because that switch covers both of those. The switch does not cover the lamp. So those are 7 watts. So maximum I'm running is 21 watts, but most of the time I'm just running 2 of them, 14 watts. So now when it comes to trying to measure the usage on an RV, there's no way I can use that kilowatt. So I was trying to figure out how is it that I can measure how much watts that RV is using. So I got thinking, what about my inverter? The inverter will tell me what the output watts are. So I can sit there and play around with my breakers, turn everything off except the RV, turn the RV off, etc., and play around with that stuff. And that's exactly what I did. So I'm not going to show you every little step, but basically what I ended up doing was turned off power to everything, including the RV, so that only the inverter was running, and it showed less than 12 watts. We're going to call it 10. So 10 watts just to run the inverter. And then what we're going to do, what I did was, then I turned on the RV. nothing on in the RV, but the power now goes to the RV. And so just the monitor for the carbon monoxide and stuff like that's on. The charge controller is now active, but yet it's not doing anything. And then the pilot light for the refrigerator was on. So there's an igniter for that, and that's the only power that was on. And I measured that in the watts, and then I turned on each device separately and shut it off and turned it on. You know, the AC unit, the refrigerator on electric, and even the lights and stuff like that. So go over each one of those to show you what the results were. But yeah, it was kind of difficult to figure out the watts that the RV uses. But I think I got enough information that we could use. So let's do that. All right, so in my RV, I have replaced every light bulb with an LED light bulb. They run about 1.2 watts each. So, and most of them are the duals like this. I can't use one or the other, I gotta use both. So together they should be about 2.4 watts or so. And when I look at my inverter, it comes up about 2 to 3 watts. So that's pretty consistent there. So assume 3 watts for every light. And I don't have them on very long because I don't spend a lot of time in the RV. So I'm going to just assume 1 hour for 3 watts. So the refrigeration in the unit, the AC unit in the RV, that runs nearly 2,000 watts. Now what was interesting, when I was turning this on to test it, the watts just kept climbing and climbing and climbing, and finally capped off right around 2,000. So that's a lot of watts to be using, try to stay cool, but you got to consider that your summer usage, that becomes your daily usage. So now my refrigerator I can use as gas, propane, or electric. When I have it on auto, then it actually uses electric unless the battery's too low. Then it will sense it that not enough power is coming in, and it will automatically switch it to gas. Or if the gas goes out, it will automatically switch it to electric. So right now it's on auto, so it's going to first grab it from the electric. So off of the solar, I'm going to be using right around 320 watts. That's not full time because that's just when the compressor is on to blow cool air throughout. So I'll probably just call it 10 hours. Or just to be conservative, we'll call it 12. So in conclusion, wow, a lot of stuff to consider. So hopefully this was helpful for you guys, and this little chart here kind of summarizes everything we covered in this video so that you know at least what my system is, how I figured up all these watts for each of those items, and understand that 12 volts and 120 volts, you measure them in watts, and that's your common denominator, if you will. And then you estimate your hours and you come up with your total use. So that's going to be your total watts. So my total watts used in one day, 6,570 estimated watts. So that's basically going to conclude this video. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take that 6,500 watts, and in the next video we're going to figure out what size battery bank we need to have to cover that 6,500 watts, as well as the solar panels. So we're going to do sizing the batteries and the solar panels in the next video. So I guess you just got to stay tuned to catch that one. But measuring your loads was difficult. Didn't know exactly how to go about it until I actually got going, and then it just kind of all fell together. So hopefully this makes sense. Hopefully this helps you out. This gives you a good idea of what I'm dealing with here on the homestead, and how I'm structuring this life here off grid. So thank you for watching my video today, and I appreciate you watching it all the way through there. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and comment. Every little bit helps support my channel. My name is Jeff, and you've been watching Arizona Hot Homestead. Thanks for watching, everyone. Hopefully you hit that subscribe button, and that you share the video and do the bell and all that good stuff. Hopefully you liked the video. This here was a number of videos in what I'm in a playlist that I'm calling the best of the first 5 years, based on viewers. So the ones that have got the most views, those are the ones that I put in this playlist. And hope you enjoyed it. And Guess I'll see you guys on the next video. See you. Bye. Have fun.